Hey, bro, I really fuck with my ring light. It really brings out my smile.
Man, I'm glad, man. I'm glad to see you guys are doing well. Welcome to another episode of the AA Beating. Assholes Anonymous. I am part host, Nick, joined by the greatest people in the world. Aliya, EJ. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Doing great. Let me just
love
say
your
this.
energy a lot. I'm doing great.
let me just start off by saying this so that way we can get this out the record because it's been brought to my attention that Aliya's been getting a lot of hate from guys thinking that me and her talk. We don't talk. But I want to say this. If y'all got issues with me, my Instagram is in the link description before you watching on YouTube. So come have a conversation with me. I'm a grown man. Stop going to her and asking her questions about me. I'm not no bitch. You can come talk to me. Nothing wrong with that.
And sidebar, if she's single. So
she's single. So she can do what she want. So leave her alone. But if you have issues with the way she talked to me, then you're soft.
Softer than a living room couch. Softer than Sean.
And then if you feel some type of way, you know what I'm saying, then, you know, let them know what's up. But if you got a problem with me, please keep my name out your mouth. I'm not really with that.
Yeah, we're not big on small dick energy around here.
Yeah, so exactly. I just want to say that and leave her alone, my guys. It's really not that serious. Y'all niggas tripping. Exactly. But I got that out so that way, you know, Aliya, your guys can leave you alone now.
Yeah, your roster can be settled. She was having some roster issues.
Yeah, bro. Like, what's up with that, bro? Let's just start there. Because I have a few Lucy's, but let's just start there. Let's define what big dick energy and little dick energy means. What does it mean?
Go lie. I want to hear, like, she can consider she is the girl of the group, so it makes sense. But yeah, go ahead, let us.
Like, what does it mean?
Hold on, let me get a napkin.
Pause recording.
No, I'm eating. Okay, we're good. I got it.
This bitch is having a whole fucking meal during the podcast.
Hey, don't show that shit. We ain't getting sponsored.
Oh God, they'll pay us.
Maybe they will. Who knows? Okay, so big dick energy. It all boils down to the way you carry yourself. To be honest, like wholeheartedly. Obviously, for me, a big thing is like pocket watching. Like the littlest things turn me off. I'm like, or not turn me off, but show me like big dick or little dick energy. So like if you're under like little babies' pictures commenting shit and like stuff like that, like corny ass shit, like or PF or anything, and I see that, I'm just gonna be like, or like men that follow the shade room are like a really big red flag to me. So I'm just like, why are you gossiping like that? Like,
I honestly never understood the concept of like commenting under other like celebrity pictures. I never got it.
Respond back, dog. Like,
I never got it.
Don't get some do that shit either, because that's just corny.
That's weird. To me, it's a little weird. I don't know.
Hey, if that's what you want to do, bro, live your life. That's just not something that I'm gonna do. Cause I don't know. But it's just people have a weird fascination with celebrities nowadays. That's like
it's weird.
Especially like right now, for sure. Like
with the relationships and shit.
Yeah, and that's good. I'm glad you said that. Because now I get to explain. Because I was telling EJ earlier, but he, you know, it's been all over our timeline. So I guess we have to talk about it, the Derrick Jackson situation. And if you don't know the Derrick Jackson situation.
Yeah, I don't know anything on what's going
on. All right, because EJ doesn't know either. So basically, this guy is like a relationship guru guy, right? And he's built a platform, wrote many books on having a great relationship, right? I think he's been married to his wife for about 4 years. I did a little bit of research for this, so I kind of was prepared. And I know, right? I'm really getting to this podcast and shit. I feel good. So apparently, recently it came out that he had about 3 or 4 mistresses on the side. But what makes him interesting as a relationship guru, he's hard on the men. Hard. Like as far as making sure, you know, he's literally said, I have no sympathy for men that cheat and have sex with other women while you're in a relationship, this, that, and the third, really uplifting the women, also bashing the men a lot. I think he does get on the women sometimes, but mainly really harping on men. And so when it came out that he's been cheating the whole time, a lot of men were sitting back kind of like, so but it's a big deal. And then, you know, I don't know if you've seen his wife had made a response video. People were saying like how basically saying like how like she is a dumb for staying and what the heck she talking about and why she got why. Yes.
She was the one that they were making fun of her because she was holding his hand while he was at okay.
Mm-hmm.
She was wearing her bonnet. She didn't get her hair done. She wore her bonnet. My nigga woke her right up out her nap.
And it got me
Diana, thinking, get up.
And it got me thinking, like, because when I'm thinking, I'm like, why is this guy? What got me thinking, like, why is this guy so famous and all that? And he's giving out relationship advice. And it kind of got me to the point where it was like, okay, you never really know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Meaning, like, you never really know. And sometimes you might have a better answer than the person that you're getting advice from. And we just kind of sit with it for a little while. And so, like, that was so weird. Like, that whole video. Did you see the video at least?
I saw like a little clip of it, and then I just like scrolled past it because like I'm not really into that. A lot of being into celebrities and people's lives stuff. Only thing I was on Twitter, they was roasting the fuck out of his wife. They went in on Shawty, like.
And I don't think that's fair, because like you were saying, like he built his whole platform, his whole brand off his not cheating and stuff. And at the end of the day,
he made shirts.
And but at the end of the day, he's probably gonna lose maybe a couple thousand followers, a couple hundred subscribers, but her name is getting dragged through the mud. And that's just not fair because she didn't do that. He did.
But I think
she wore the bonnet. That's what.
But the thing was though, maybe because she don't have the foresight sometimes. He needs to have the foresight. And you know how, because he's on the internet all the time, he should have known that. Then that is brutal, bro. Brutal. And that's one thing that I didn't particularly get, because since we talk about mental health and talking bad about people, I don't understand why people still feel the need to talk bad about other people. Regardless of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You know, it's funny, but at the same time, like, man, that's a lady that really didn't ask for none of this, you know, who's probably doing her thing. And I think, like, instead of like bashing her down, I think we could at least, you know, came to the defense, but like,
you could have waited a little bit. You didn't have to go in on it, right? Because I'm like, hey, you just like, the worst part about it for me is that, all right, cool, you got cheated on, all right, fine. But usually in most people's cases, like if you get cheated on or something like that, you're only the people involved know the situation, not the whole world. And it ain't really, well, in some cases it's blasted depending on how like the guy or the girl reacts or this and the third, or if it gets out on social media. But think about it, like thousands, hundreds of thousands know that it's like, damn, that embarrassment, and then you get made fun of because you wearing like, because of what you wearing in the video of you getting like, it's just like, did she hold her in? Like, it's a lot of stuff that just like, come on, you gotta
those videos never go well for the simple fact that you're sitting next to you're sitting next to
with the person.
Yeah, you literally sitting there like
willingly letting this person rattle off all the shit.
She's sitting like this, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know how she didn't slap the dog shit out of him, man. Like because as he said it, like just like with a straight face.
Who say she didn't? Let's say that she did. Who say she didn't?
True.
In a privacy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because because they didn't show it, they probably just finished arguing. She don't look like she want. She could have been.
She want to be there.
It looked like she could have been like, I don't want to do this freaking video. Like,
yeah, she's all like, what kind of shit is this? Like, the fuck?
Because he understands, like most men understand, that divorce is gonna be hell.
So hell. Because the thing is, 50%. 50 fucking %.
Unless she signed a prenup.
And even if she did sign a prenup, for someone to sign a prenup, you're still getting a good cut.
Not even that though, but you also could. There is a loophole where you can say you signed it under duress. Like you signed it. You had to, so a lot of women can say I signed it under pretense of stress and I wasn't in my right mind when I signed it. So it could get sometimes be voided in that idea.
Wow.
So you can still be thrown out and still
you can be left ass out.
One thing I do feel like, going back to what EJ said when he was talking about how like they're cheating, we've all been cheated on at least once, or we've all seen someone get cheated on like close to us. There we go. But the difference between like regular people and celebrities it's not blasted all over the internet. And even when celebrities like cheating scandals are blasted, nobody knows the full details except for those 3 people or 4 people that are involved. Like TMZ may get like a good scoop, but like the full details will never be known. So that's why like I feel bad for her, because like maybe she knows the side of the story that like we're never gonna know, or something like that.
Because she could have
who knows, maybe she even caught him prior to this coming
That's
out.
What I was saying. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe this isn't the first time this happened or something. Like, that's the worst part. It's like that whole situation is already ugly. Mm-hmm. Like, that stuff hurt. Like, that's just like, that's trauma that she gonna have to work over no matter what happens. On top of the fact that it's in everyone's face.
For sure. And females need to stop acting like that y'all don't get cheated on and go back to the dude or stay with the dude or whatever those cases. Because I hear a lot of girls going, "Oh, if that was me," I was like, "Girl, you know you would have stayed."
That's not familiarity.
Like it's a lot.
You still talk to your toxic ex. Like, you still check up on your toxic ex.
And on God, like, exactly. So like, it's a lot of things that's uncertain. That's why I wasn't really sure about the Quavo and Sweetie situation. Like, well, Quavo cheated, but how you know? Because you just taking that girl's word for it. You know what I'm saying? And
that's why I don't get into celebrity stuff, because with the celebrity stuff and people following it, it's all like, all right, bro, like, really, like, sit here and think about it. One, why do you care? It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't affect you or anything. Two, a lot of people be really going to bat for these people, like, you know them. And that's the scary part, because like don't get me wrong, I love Migos. I love Quavo. Like, I think Sweetie is like a gorgeous girl. Like, she's beautiful. Like, I actually love her music. But at the end of the day, their relationship ain't got shit to do with me. Like, they got their own personal stuff. I don't give a damn if he cheated, she cheated, like she got flipped in a hotel bathroom. I don't give a damn. Or else like she was on her ex's show. Like, I don't give a damn. My thing is just that, like, people are like, oh, like, don't get me wrong, the tweets are entertaining, all that shit's like, all right, cool, you want to blast your shit out there for social media, that's on you. But it's like, outside of that, it's like, why do some people really like genuinely care? And like, they choose to care so much that they put an opinion on a situation they know nothing about.
I think this is what it is. And I've been thinking about this, and I think I have an idea. Now, I might be wrong, but think about it. A celebrity relationship is all relationship goals that people see on the internet. One, they all getting money. They're traveling to expensive places, having great vacations. They're getting expensive gifts. They're doing exotic stuff. They're smiling all the time. They're cooking with each other. These are things you see, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then they do that GQ couples quiz. They know each other well. They gag. They laughing. All these things that plays into the idea of like, damn, this is a really perfect ass relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so they look at it like that. Like, why did they break up? Like, I remember seeing this video where they were doing the best, and like, and it's like, that's like 10% of the relationship.
And that goes to people nowadays. Like, people place a lot of people's happiness are like very circumstantial. Because if you place your happiness and that's what you think and that's what you go to as a relationship, instead of real people in your life that like have done relationships and stuff like that, you can pick like information from and stuff like that, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get people who see that as like perfection. Because even you said it, Nick, because you remember with me and my past relationship, once I told you everything that was happening and everything that was going on, you was like, oh shit. Like, I didn't even know that was going on. I thought y'all was perfect. But at the end of the day, people have to realize that no one knows your situation or that situation unless you were involved in it. And that's just the pure facts of it. Like Nick, you was like, bro, I thought you was good. I thought y'all was good. But it's like,
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I didn't start catching it until I didn't start catching your last ratio was going downhill until
damn near fucking in.
Aliya.
Until it was almost at the bottom of the hill.
Aliya, what I tell you, I'll be like, when they first started talking, I was like, yo, how you girl doing? He give me like a big description. You doing this? It's cool. Vibes are great. I think maybe 3 or 4 months before the relationship was about to end.
It was probably like the 6-month mark, 7 months.
Maybe, yeah. And I'm like, yo, what's up with well, girl, how y'all doing? He'll be like, man, we good. But look, how your life been, dog? And I didn't catch you the first time, but the second time, like, something there. But as a friend, I'm like, I gotta let him do that. I gotta let him figure that out on his own. When he's ready to talk about, he'll tell me. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, because me poking the bear right now is not.
It's not going out.
And then that just shows that in the grand scheme of it, no one ever knows all the details or anything. Just because it looks good on the outside, you never know what happens behind closed doors. Because me and my situation, we're good on the public. In the public eye, everybody look good. But behind the closed doors, when it was just like me and her, like we button heads, all this stuff happened. We got issues and stuff like that, but nobody's seeing it. Everybody's just like, oh, that's goals. Oh, everybody's like, oh, we need to be like y'all, bro. We trying to get like y'all. I'm not like, bro.
But I don't think
in your head, you're like,
I'm not like, I wasn't like, It wasn't like that. I was just like, there's a lot more to it that y'all don't really see.
But I think because, like you said, marriage is 50% in a divorce. So that means a lot of people don't really see long-lasting relationships, right? Yeah. And so when you don't see long-lasting relationships in your life, you kind of turn to the internet and try to see what they got out there. I've been blessed
because then you have people who follow the Ace family religiously.
Yeah, things like that. And so kids think that's how a relationship goes. But I've been blessed to have both my parents in my life, and they're married, and I get to see a real relationship. Like my parents is a real relationship, and it's not always fire. I
have a question. Since you grew up with both parents and your parents have like a good relationship, did they ever argue in front of you while you were growing up?
A lot.
Did they ever argue in public?
Yes. Yes. I put it like this. You got to think. All right. So my mom and my dad had me when they were 21. Okay. So they didn't get married until I was 8 or 9. So there's a gap where they wasn't together. My dad was talking to a girl. He was about to kind of. I thought he was going to marry, but that's a situation for another time. But
that's another story for another day.
Yeah, like and then my mom had another boyfriend, like a legit another boyfriend. I remember the dude, and they come together, and then when they used to like come co-parent, they argue every single time. Every time we go to McDonald's, they trying to keep it together, but they're fuming, bro. I remember like one time, my mama didn't like my dad playing rap music in the car. Cause I'm like 4 or 5. And my mom was real religious at the time. So we was going to Bible studies and all that stuff. So I'm always listening to Kirk Franklin when he first came out, and Michael Jackson and Prince.
Shout out to Uncle Kirk.
Shout out to Uncle Kirk, right? And then, so what happened is, my dad's petty. My daddy's petty, though. So EJ, he met my dad a couple times. So my dad's really petty.
He's the character.
So my mom was like, and then when you get in that, they arguing outside the car like usual. And she said, when you get in that car, don't be playing on that rap music. He too young to be hearing on that cursing music. He's like, all right, whatever. Bye, Tiffany. So he get in the car, and the first thing he does, he put the rap song. I think we were listening to I think it was like Tupac or something. He turned up all the way so she can hear him speed off. And all you hear is bitches ain't shit. But that's like the first lyrics.
Yeah, we gonna get this off.
Yeah, but my dad was more. But like I said, all that stuff really didn't influence me that much because my dad had a stronger hold on me than the outside world did.
Yeah.
Like I knew, it didn't matter. None of that mattered. So Yeah, watch my parents, and I say all that to say that I watched my parents go from where they started with a rough patch to now, and they still argue, and they got everything they want. Everything they wanted, they got everything, and they argue all the time. And these suckers still have sex, and that's disgusting. But anyway,
ooh, scarred for life.
That is traumatizing at any age.
Nigga,
Walking in or
catching
catching your parents having sex is fucking traumatizing.
I never caught them. I always caught them at the evidence was there.
I want to die. I'd want to die.
Bruh. Because this is how it is. My dad get out the room. Mad energy, my nigga. Mad energy. Mad energy to do all kind of shit. Nigga cutting grass.
And breakfast.
Cooking. All kind of shit, bro. Shirt off and shit. Looking like Vin Rames from for Baby Boy and shit.
And the weird part is, just as a grown or as a like young adult, you know what happened because the same shit be happening to you.
It smells like sex in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you do the same shit after you just got some, but it's sickening because you're like, bro, this is my fucking mom. Like,
it's yeah. And that it's weird because your dad, you look at your dad as a stranger, nigga. You're like,
oh God, they're like, nigga, who the fuck is you? Like, should I check this nigga? Like he didn't birth me or like?
Yeah, oh God. Like, nigga, you just fucked my mom, bro. Like
I feel like I should shoot some ones with you off do we have a fade to catch, sir? Like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like, I remember I watched my dad, and my mom flirt one time. Like, my mom, she wore my dad, we used to go out to eat because my mom and dad are divorced. And this is before my stepdad came on the picture. And I remember we would all go out to eat, meet up, and they would talk and do their co-parent and stuff. And my mom, she wore a shirt that revealed her cleavage and stuff like that. And as my dad was talking to her, his eyes kept on drifting. And she checked him on it. She was like, yeah, your eyes. She's like, pick your eyes up. He was like, I'm sorry, they right there. And I was like, did this nigga just say, hold up? I was like, bro, I'm 12, and at that age, I'm not a dumb child. I caught it. I was like, hold up, what the fuck? And I was like, bro, that's weird. And then my mom, she just laughed. I was like, what kind of weird shit the fuck is this?
Dude, it's the nastiest stuff when you're a kid. When you're an adult, it's even gross. Because my parents now, they're about to be, I think next month, it's April, their anniversary is April 30th. And they about to go into about, I think it's
was it Dubai? Are they going to Dubai? Was that the next move, I think?
You know, damn what I didn't say that shit. Parents are not going to no damn Dubai. But I think, well, let me stop. They
was it France?
They've been to Paris already.
Yeah, because I know you said they went to Paris. And I
think they went to Paris already.
Bro. They
went to Paris, Switzerland, and New York. It was a whole big trip. But I think they're going 18, 19 years of marriage. And my dad and my mom be flirting and shit. I remember we was watching the movie, bro.
Pause. Can we get some snaps for Black love and longevity? Can we get that? We need all that.
You don't see that in any marriage too. That's what keeps it alive though. Continuing to flirt and doing nice shit for your partner.
Preferably not in front of your fucking kids. Save us some trauma, please.
No, he did this, but that did this on purpose, right? So we're not gonna name.
Yeah, that is your daddy. Your daddy.
So my dad is petty, right? So I told him about the last situation I had with the girl or whatever.
True.
And he know I'm going through it. He goes, so I need to find your black queen, and smack my mom on the ass so hard, nigga. I was just like, nigga, that's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going through it. You depressed. It's okay, bro. It's okay. That's why you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna never find nothing like this. And grab my mom's face and just started kissing her, tonguing her down. She's stop. I'm just this is weird. This is freaking weird. Stop.
The fuck is wrong with y'all?
It is weird at any age. And I think the weirdest thing about me, especially because my mom's going through her her second phase of her 20s right now, knowing the way I have sex and picturing my mom having
Jesus
sex,
Christ.
I just sit there and my mom
I
gets
never.
up the way I do. Like
No,
just...
no. That's the honest. I remember I'll never forget this conversation in high school. Like, you know how like in high school you and your homies would meet up early in the morning, y'all talking, right? And I remember me and the homies, it was me, my boy Bradley, RIP Bradley, and then my boy Mario, we all talked. And like, it was like a bunch of group of us in the basketball guys. And I remember we were making fun of Bradley and stuff like that. We was all like, bro, just to think like our parents really had sex to like make us. And then they're like, bro, like shut up, stop it. And then I remember someone said, and then Brad was like, bro, shut the fuck up, that's weird. And I was like, Brad, and I was like, you want to know what's the fucked up part about it? Granted, in high school, we're all dickheads. And if y'all know me, y'all know I really don't have a filter now. And it was 10 times worse back then. And I was like, Bradley, think about this. Do you really think your mom only had sex with your dad? Like just pure penetration? That's it? Do you think that's the only thing she did? And he was sick to his fucking stomach. I've never seen someone's someone's dreams and views shatter. I looked in that man's eyes and he broke. And after I said it, I had to come to terms with that too. I was like, wait, oh my God.
You gotta come to terms with the fact that your mama has sucked a dick. Multiple dicks.
Whoa! Oh my! I didn't want to say that out loud. Damn, Aliya. But
no, it was wild.
But in the grand scheme of it, everyone that you sit next to, the old lady at the bus stop, she ain't sucked dick before. The cool, nice grandma lady, the mailman,
those little cafeteria ladies that was serving you this food, they sucked a dick.
Your teacher, when she was pregnant,
your teacher was just letting out.
Yep, your teacher got pumped out. Like, your teacher was a Twinkie, sir.
Oh God! You know what I feel bad? You know who I feel bad for though? Because I think who I was talking to about this. I don't know who I was. I forgot. But this is, man. Imagine your mama like Tiana Trump or some shit.
Brittany Rayner. She's pregnant. Brittany Rayner's pregnant.
Hey, but that ain't dropped. Sidebar. I've been waiting for
that. Yeah. But imagine.
I don't even watch smut like that.
But saying, imagine being the son or a daughter of a porn star, and you in school, and kids be like, and kids are brutal. And imagine the kid go and say,
"Fuck."
And then they be like, you right, and then you come in, you like, bro, what you did last night? Shit, I was beating my meat to your mama last night. Like, nigga, we gotta square up. Oh God,
we gotta square up. It's not even like a joke. Niggas ain't even lying. They probably really.
Oh God.
Like it's just a joke about OnlyFans. Like the thing is, don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. Like you live your body, live your truth. But the crazy thing is,
we all gonna grow.
Oh God, like literally, once your child grows up, and please don't let you fuck around live in the same city. And bro, I'm telling you, dog, like
I'm saying, child, like imagine
at least my mom ain't ever have an OnlyFans. It'll be like, hold the fuck up. Now I gotta be Chaz. Now I gotta run. Now I gotta be.
Now you gotta run.
Yeah, that kid's gonna have to know how to fight. Like,
oh God. Because some kids could escape it because some kids could escape it depending on who their dad is. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of, you know what I'm saying? But like, imagine like Scottie Pippen, son.
Bro, he's going through it, dog.
I feel bad for him.
But the crazy
all that shit happened while he was in high school too.
Well, no, here's the thing. No one knows that this man is like top first round, like draft status, because the way he's been playing. Well, all that shit was overshadowed by his mom. Oh God, his mom was with Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley, NBA player. I think he played for where did he play for? I think he was playing.
He played for the Nuggets. He played for the Nuggets, right? No, Minnesota. No, he played for Minnesota.
Minnesota. So there's a picture that came out. Both of them were holding hands, and she's like, "Oh, that's just my friend." Nigga, you never hold. I have many female friends, and we ain't never held no fucking hands like that. And on top of that, just to make it worse, they put it out there, and then she was seen with another dude. Then you got the future situation that don't nobody ever lived down.
The future situation, I feel like, was the worst because she pulled I'm going to the store to get milk, and they found out through TMZ that she was with Future.
And it's just Scottie Pippen just Hey, bro,
You know what was weird? You know what was weird though? And you forgot that Malik B sent a whole email to her about how much he loved her and all that stuff too.
Yes, and it got out, and this nigga he had and the crazy thing was his girlfriend's pregnant.
Yeah, they were married, but you see his girl, and I ain't go. I'm not judging. I'm not saying who's prettier, but Malik Beasley's girlfriend is gorgeous.
Yeah,
like
well,
beautiful.
Larsa Pippen. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, she bad.
But a lot of it, a lot. She looked like she could have been like a part of the Kardashians or something.
I feel like she tried so hard to look like them.
But she had a lot of surgery, so she don't look the same like how she used to look. Hey, man. Keep it real, bro. I feel you keep it real. Like, look, I don't care what nobody say.
If she threw it at you, what you doing?
I'm hitting that. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly.
I ain't gonna lie.
All that lookalike Kardashian,
all that else.
Hey, like my nigga Shot Glizzy said, ain't nothing wrong with fake asses, baby. Turn around, let's make magic. Like, come on.
Facts. But I do. Speaking of the Kardashians, God, man, we really know how to segue into shit. Kylie Jenner, did y'all hear about her?
Oh my God.
I did.
I just want to know. What are y'all guys doing in that situation? Are you paying the whole $60,000?
Look. Y'all gonna hate me when we're famous because she dropped a smooth 5,000. Healthcare in America is expensive as fuck. She dropped 5,000. At the end of the day, it's her money.
5 racks a day. She spends 5 racks in an hour.
She makes 19 million a day.
And so you telling me out of that 19 fucking million, you can't give a quarter of that? Not even a quarter. Like
that's like
literally
half. That's half of 1% down there.
Exactly. And so you're telling me, and here's the thing: it's not like just some random person.
You would have made it back if she made 19 million in a day.
Person, bro.
She'll make it back in an hour. Yeah,
she'll make it back in an hour.
I completely understand that, but
that's the equivalent of you giving a homeless person $10. Nah, not even $10. That's a quarter. Like, bro, you could shake that back. Like, now the difference is. Now, all right, so you ain't got to go all out how Travis Scott did. Like, he gave one of his people, like, a Bentley or whatever. Like, you ain't got to go all out like that. But it's like, bro, literally, how you going to post a GoFundMe?
Yeah, that was a little ghetto on her part.
It's not like, bro, like, here's the thing. If that
I think the original,
my crew, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even my crew, but I know you, like, work for me. And I was like, all right, cool. So... I'm like, look, I'm gonna look at my finances, look at my bank account. All right, bro, I got 60K or whatever. Like, that's what they need. Cool. And then after I give you that to cover your expenses, I'm gonna go ahead and break you off a little extra just to make sure that you're able to afford your health. So you're not.
I remember they said. I want to make this clear because they did say the original amount was 10,000, and she gave 5.
Yeah, so she gave half, and then because she didn't make the GoFundMe, the family of the person did. Yeah. So once they hit the 10,000 of the original goal, then they kicked it up to 60K.
Yeah, I think they kicked it up to 60K, and then I think Kylie Jenner posted it. She posted it, but I see both sides.
Posting it and asking for money was the wrong part.
It gives it a boost.
Wrong.
I think the issue is what people are mad about is like you flaunt your wealth all over your social media a lot. Mm-hmm. And so with that being said, you have things in your house or on your wrist or on your hand that cost more than the 60,000. And if you make it 19 million a day, which I figure I kind of think it's cap. I'm just saying, I think that's cap.
If I'm being honest,
I don't know how fact check that is.
Well, no, think about it. Kim Kardashian makes $1 million for Instagram posts. And so and then think about it. Kim in the ranks of like the hierarchy of like who's really like up there.
He's a second.
Know, like Kim's second because Kylie is really up. Because Kylie
well, they said
like she's really up. But think about it. In the midst of her makeup line, she sells out in minutes.
Well, this is what I found out. What I think is interesting to bring up in this conversation, because I don't think people know. They were saying that a lot of her finances, a lot of the Kardashian finances are made up.
Yeah.
So it's invalid. A lot of it invalid. Because I remember they were saying, like, I think Kylie Cosmetics, or Kim Cosmetics, one of the two, they sold it to some company, and when the company got it, they wasn't the books. They lied on the books. They wasn't making what they said they were making. I think they were making like a lot less than that. And the only real people that was really making money in those like areas was Rihanna. Like her shit was really doing well.
But
like her shit was legit.
Agree, though. She definitely grows.
Regardless of the fact, she still has a lot of money.
Yeah,
you know
what I'm saying? Like
she's
$1 million. We
can
definitely say that she definitely grows.
I think she's making a lot, but I think a lot of times, like, who's really counting that, man? Because I really want to know, man. Because
in the grand scheme of it all, we all know that she's touching more than 5 reps. We all know. For sure. 100%. That's without a doubt. So my thing is, personally, like, it could be just me, and I'm like, trust me, y'all know, I'm not the type of person to like, yo, do this with your money, do that, because at the end of the day, it's your bread. But it's just in the grand scheme of it, so like, come on, bro. It's like,
well, you gotta look at it.
You got bread like that. Is it really gonna make or break you? It's just like fucking Jeff Bezos, or else like what you call it? What's Microsoft doing? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates. And like their net worth, and even Elon Musk, like their net worth can do literally like ridiculous amounts of shit. And and like the crazy thing is, they could be able to give like a smooth 20-something million or 30 million, and they'll still be smooth. But
let's leave it at this. We know that when Aliya becomes, a millionaire and does her thing, she ain't giving away no money. Don't even ask her. Don't even ask her.
But don't even ask her.
Don't you fucking ask her shit.
The part, I get it, because I'm not gonna just give away my money like that. 2, he's already on her payroll. She already pays him.
That's his ex. That's her ex.
Okay, wait, but let me put it into perspective. That's like you being a manager at a really say I'm.
Make sure you switch the manager to an owner.
Yeah, say I'm like a local owner for a big corporate company. Like I own one of the best locations of a Chick-fil-A. I own a Chick-fil-A, and we're one of the busiest Chick-fil-A's ever. I get sick, I get in a car accident, and my surgery is a lot of money. It's like me expecting the founder of Chick-fil-A, to pay for my surgery just because I'm a good manager.
It's kind of, but you gotta look at it from this, because it's not. It's like that, but it's not. You know the owner.
Yeah, it becomes a slippery slope when
it's a personal thing. And what people are saying is, look, you have enough money to where that doesn't affect you, like at all.
Supposedly.
And no, and
no, you do.
No,
you do.
For sure.
You do. But it's like, and I get what you're saying.
It may not be as much as Forbes say, but even if it's half of what Forbes says, even if it's a quarter of Forbes says,
you're good. And I get what you're saying. You don't have to give your money away. I think what people were mad about, and honestly, I don't care how it happens. I hope that person. Yeah, and she did. Yeah, and I think, and personally, I don't care. I hope they get that. They get to their goal, and the real issue is that the government is doing terrible things with our healthcare, which is kind of true. But it's like, dude, it's because people just like, come on, bro. Like, why you asking us? You got it. Like, why you asking us?
Like be happy about a stimmy. A stimmy don't do shit for you. Like, and the thing is that trips me out. Like, honestly, one thing that I would have to say is that, like, I wonder, like, does, like, for her workers and stuff like that, is it ran to where, like, y'all just getting paid hourly, or y'all getting paid per service, or like is there insurance involved, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder how is that, because I guarantee, like, she has a team of people around her, so is it just like,
I think they work on. I wonder it's probably salary. Probably about an hour, I'm assuming. I'm guessing.
Because my thing is, like, because you know how in most cases, if you're like an owner, most people have like the group coverage insurance, but I don't really think that's how they move in like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of course, there's paperwork. I know they have paperwork, NDAs, all that good shit, but it's like, like, all right.
I do want to switch gears a little bit, and I got 2 wild stories.
Ooh.
Wait, can we give me 1 second to fix this?
Anyway, guys, I don't know, but I want to bring this up because I think it's important and it's happened. A lot of people's talking about it. Y'all heard of what happened in North Carolina, right?
Oh, was it the boy who got charged?
Yeah, so a 6-year-old boy. He was charged. A black boy was arrested and charged with obstructing the justice for picking a tulip from a neighbor's yard. And during the trial, they had to give him a coloring book so he can stay focused during the proceedings. And then you have all these mass shootings and stuff like that that's happening. So we're gonna briefly cover this. I think we should, just because we have somewhat of getting to we need to get used to talking about things like this, but I just think it's unnecessary. Very unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's fucking 6. What you think a 6-year-old do a lot of? They're curious, you know what I'm saying? So
he can't fucking comprehend he's in a courtroom and the seriousness of a trial and his attention span. So you have to give this child a coloring book, and you feel like bringing him into the courtroom is realistic. And first of all, the prosecutor, the judge, everyone who was involved in this, they're fucking idiots. 1, because you wasted your time on something this irrelevant. 2, like, it's just ridiculous. It's just like the one time where you saw the kid who was late or something like that. I think he was late, or else he got like bad grades, or he did something, and the judge had like sentenced him to like jail for like 1 day or something like that. It was just like some stuff is just fucking idiotic. Like, my thing is, in the grand scheme of things, what are you trying to get from this? Like, what's the end game here? Like, hear me out. Like, really, like, what's the end game of you having a 6-year-old child in court for picking tulips versus you allowing him, or you talking to him, or having his parents talk to him or something like that? Now, a person whose tools was picked, like, excuse my language, but you're a pussy. Just because you could have had told that child, like, hey, look, those are very nice flowers. I know, and like we worked hard on it. If you want, you can come over and I can show you how to like plant them. Or do you want some of your own so I can help you plant them? There's certain ways like you move. And so everything that happened up to that child being in that courtroom just shows everything is wrong with the justice system. Because in the grand scheme,
it's an unnecessary amount of money that's being spent on the case.
Spent too.
That really don't need to be spent. Where there are more important things that they could be spending their time on. You got a judge, exactly. You got a judge. You got people really working. Like imagine going to court and as a lawyer, and you're like, "Yo, what you got to do today? I got a case of a 6-year-old stealing a flower." Like,
I want to know what went through the prosecuting lawyer's head when they were preparing the fucking case.
These are proceedings, so there's like you have policemen involved, you have like judges, lawyers, and throughout this whole process, nobody said, "Are we really wasting our fucking time with this?" Like, out of like the mass shootings, the 2 mass shootings back to back, like a bunch of stuff that we probably should all look into figuring out.
There were 3.
Exactly. And the thing that's crazy to me is just like, all right, hear me out. Out of all this stuff, you genuinely feel like out of all the court cases you got for the day, speeding tickets, like real shit with juries and stuff like that. Speeding tickets
are unnecessary too. I just want to say that.
Like,
you said jury?
I said speeding tickets are unnecessary too.
True.
Because you got one.
I was going 7 over the speed limit. I wasn't even going petty. 10.
That shit is petty.
But it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't think that's realistic. And it's just like there's a lot of things that's wrong with the justice system. I'm not gonna say so I can fix it tonight, but I feel like this should be one of the things because there's outdated rules and laws and stuff like that like are just need to be changed. Because when a lot of these laws were put in office, think about it. The climate of the country was totally different. And even then, like a scary part about it is just like from a racial standpoint, just the climate of the country, a lot of these people, like people's grandparents were alive during segregation. Like my grandmother told me stories Like she told me an actual story when Martin Luther King was assassinated. What happened in her school and how they all went ape shit. The riots, they started like people, the black kids started beating up the white kids. Like they had the white kids like locked up in the principal's office because all the black kids were trying to beat them down. They only had one phone, and it was just like all these kids were calling their parents to get out, but they couldn't because all these black kids, and they're like in the middle of East St. Louis and just going at it. And it's just like people in the streets and stuff like that. And so it's like, these are real things. My great grandmother, Lord bless her soul, she told me stories of like slavery, of her like being in the fields, like shit like that. And it was just like, and so if I was able to talk to these people about things that I've read in history books, think about all these legislators, judges, Supreme Court justice, people in Congress, all that. Think about it. Like, think about how old they are in the average age. They've seen a good amount of shit. Like, think about how old Joe Biden is.
I think he's in his 70s.
Yeah, he's in his 70s. Joe Biden's in his 70s. Think about the climate of America. So when a lot of this shit was happening and these rules were made, they weren't made in favor for everybody. They weren't made in favor for minorities. So it's all like, it's so a lot of these cases, and you see this in many cases, like even about the legalization of marijuana. All right, cool, it's legal. So now are you gonna go ahead and are you gonna exonerate Lil Ray Ray, who was selling like nickel and dime bags and who got caught for a G? That because now that's legal, so are you gonna exonerate him from his jail time? Mm-hmm. Or the book that y'all threw at him? Are you just gonna give him a citation? Like, so what happens to the people who are already in jail? And so it's just like those like legislations and stuff like that and those laws like aren't taken into effect, and people don't realize that. But until like it's like oh shit, these are the same people who were alive during segregation and all this stuff, and they were for it. That's the thing, they're for it. Like a lot of people, like you were okay with it. So
a lot of people don't realize that like Joe Biden was in high school when the first school was being integrated. So we don't know what crowd he was a part of, whether he was one of those kids that was nice to the black kids going to school or he was one of the ones mocking them. We don't know.
Well, I think the biggest issue was with Joe Biden was he was part of the 1985 crime bill.
Yeah.
So he was one of the ones pushing that agenda, just to put context in it. But how do you feel about it? Like, you are part of a minority group, and minority group as far as also just being a woman and being a minority, which is like you got too much, you got a lot on your shoulders.
I definitely feel like obviously legislation needs to change in a whole, and I think right now with having young people in Congress and in positions of power such as like AOC, and then you have that group of women who are like
sidebar I'd marry them.
You have those group of women that are like late 30s or late 20s early 30s, you know, like they're young, who had to work as waitresses and had to work as bartenders and but like they actually had the struggle that a lot of us have, and they're battling with the people who were spoon-fed and who grew up with racist parents. And in a way, like, those people in power, at the end of the day, we don't know how they think behind closed doors because they're so politically trained. Like, they're trained so heavily in PR that even when they do slip up, they cover it well. It's just now our generation's catching it more and we're actually calling them out on it. I don't know. I have a weird place because half of me doesn't care about politics because I'm very just like, they're going to do what they want. Like, they already have their power structure designed, and half of me feels like there's nothing I can do about it and just work with what I get. And then the other half of me is like, yo, that is a problem. But then it goes back to like, well, that's them as a character, and at the end of the day, they have to answer to whoever they believe in. They have to sleep with that at night. So that just defines them as a character.
I think it's complex. I look at it because it's very complex. Because, I come from Louisiana, and my grandmother told me those stories too. We had those conversations. My grandfather, all that stuff. So, I think people gotta realize that when you're in this political field, it's a job, and it's one hand you got people coming in that want to make a difference, and then those people that's backing you up, those big corporate in the company that's backing you up, telling you got to do this, or we'll get somebody that will do this. So that's part of it. So it's like I gotta feed my family at the end of the day too, because this is a profession I decided to go in, and so you see a lot of it. And I think one thing that Donald Trump did show how easy it is to show how spineless some of our people in power is. Like, and one is from y'all state. Like that dude Ted Cruz is weak, man. How you let Donald Trump talk bad about you like that and not really fight back?
Honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not a fan of really like I don't believe in like being left or right, all that type of stuff. My thing is I know what's right and I know what's wrong. On my own moral compass, and I know what I believe and I know what I like and which way I'm leaning. As far as being red or blue, that's not really matter to me because like right and right is wrong is wrong.
I never understood. I never understood. I understand having two political parties to have 2 points of view, but what's the point of having 2 points of view if you're not gonna come together at the end of the day?
Yeah, and my thing is with that, like it's weird because like at the end of the day, people have such a party loyalty that even though like I'm not gonna say all people because like my godparents, they're Republicans, but they didn't agree with the way that Trump moved, so they decided not to go for him. And like, and so it's all like it's just that's how I feel it should be, because like it shouldn't be just you have the like don't get me wrong, your views align with a specific party, but if that party ain't talking about what you trying to hear, what you trying to do, that don't mean you have to vote for them or like back them. And even then with Donald Trump, the crazy thing that I saw, like, I'm not a Trump fan by any means. I'm not going. Don't cancel me, y'all. Hey, I ain't gonna. He was the level of beef that this man was moving with was like a 50 Cent level of beef.
I think something. I think
everybody. I can respect his ballsiness. Now that's one thing I can't say. That man will talk shit to you in your face. He'll talk about your mama, your sister, your brother. Say something outrageous.
I think.
Your face while he said it.
I think before, because I want to get this before. I don't think people realize that Donald Trump did something so well that I don't think people brought up. He created a culture. Because you got to think about it. Because white people felt like they never really had a culture. Most of their culture is, what I'm saying, like I'm talking about like an actual like with colors and yeah, like legit culture behind it. And I think that people were like, I don't want the culture to end. Because we finally got like a legit, like, how we got black culture, we got like music, all that stuff. I think they had the same, they were like, yo, we got something with this. And so that's how I feel about it. I think hopefully we can get it together. But it's a lot. That was just I had to bring it because it was kind of weird.
Years, wasn't it?
It was a weird 4 years.
4 years, wasn't it?
It was the weirdest 4 year ever.
Yeah,
I'm just watching Aliya.
Like, damn, bro, I thought we was
watching Aliya now.
I thought you fucked with me, Tommy. Like, damn, Tommy. Like, damn, Jacob. What? You saying MAGA? Damn, Jacob. I thought you fucked with me.
I already knew what time it was. I live in Louisiana, so it didn't phase me at all.
It's just for some people, it just threw me off.
Yeah, he had 3 Trump rallies out here.
Like, I'm sorry, we were dealing with.
You had to acknowledge what that man said.
Dealing with wrong. Okay. One thing I was really surprised about in the past 4 years, was seeing how many Trump supporters were actually in El Paso. Because that is something that, especially after the shooting we had, I was so surprised.
That's so contradictory, isn't it?
Because
those same people could sit there at the shooting vigil and then they were still Trump supporters. And I was like, and they were very much like, don't blame him, it's not his fault, like this and that. But that lies at his feet. Like, he was the motivating factor for that man to drive over here and do that.
On top of the fact that he disrespected your whole race and culture on numerous occasions, because most of y'all family comes from Mexico, back and forth every day. Y'all are of Hispanic or Mexican culture and stuff like that. Granted, we are a border town, and you still, it's like it's just like it kind of like, hey, bruh, it's like just the way, like, how can you? And the thing is, hear me out. If you are a minority Trump supporter, like, let's be honest here, if you go to a rally that's not in your home state or city with people that look like you, I guarantee you, here's what they're gonna say: he's one of the good ones. And that statement alone sums it up as a whole about how racist that shit is. Cause it's just like don't get me wrong, I'm cool with you like supporting him, like you toe that line. But my thing is that I have a problem with is that you say, all right, I support him, but I don't agree with the racist things he says. All right, so with your vote, that vote isn't like, oh, well, I vote here and there. That's one whole vote. You know what I'm saying? So you can't choose like, oh, I vote for him, but I don't want the racism part. So you obviously felt that somewhere along the line, because it doesn't matter to you or it doesn't affect you that much, even as well as Hispanics in El Paso, because you guys are the majority. So it's all like, so in that case, you guys don't see racism a lot as compared to someone who's black, who is a minority in El Paso. So it's just like, in that case, it's like you don't see or felt that racism wasn't that big of an issue to you to where it stopped for you, like for him.
I think this
he donated money to HBCUs. It's literally like Hitler doing the whole fucking Holocaust and him donating money to a fucking Jewish museum and people just absolving him of that. Granted, it's not huge of a scale, but it's just like come on.
I do want to say before you start.
No, you're good.
A lot of people don't realize how racist El Paso is as well, because we are such a widely Latino community.
Ooh, don't say it like that.
Racism is deeply rooted into our culture. Like my grandma's dad, so like my great grandpa would tell my grandma, like, you better not date black men. Like that was very, so in a way, I get what you're saying about like minority Trump supporters not not making racism like the deal breaker, yeah, for supporting him, but that is deeply rooted in their culture. So like the older Trump supporters, they grew up dressed as racist as white people towards black people. So that's a lot of, I'm not making an excuse for them, but I understand, but
that's installed in you over time.
Huh?
Because that's just installed in you over time. It's
yeah,
just like
they were trained like that, and they're just not making the effort to unlearn that behavior and unlearn that way that they grew up.
Because you have to admit, like me and my dad had this conversation, because you have to admit that the people that taught you this, which is your dad, your mother, people that you love, that they were wrong. And you're going to stay on the island by yourself, because then you trying to unlearn something and you don't want to stay on the island by yourself because your family believes a certain set of goals. You got to think about it, man. I have a professor. His name is, I'm not going to say his name, but he's from Mississippi, Deep South. He had a best friend. Deep South, Mississippi.
So wait, is that our English teacher, bro?
No, this is at my new school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so black dude. And he said, they had one time, they basically said they took the dude out of his house. They went into his house, took the dude out of his house. Forgot the reason why, and killed him. Like everybody knew who did it. They killed him. I forgot what it was. I think he did something. I don't think he did anything really crazy. I think he was out in an area where he shouldn't have been at. Something unnecessary. They went into his house, took him out, dragged him out, killed him, and hung him in front of the tree, in front of the house that he lived in.
This man.
Lynched him and hung him in front of his family's house. That was in 19, I think he said 19, it was the 60s. 60s, 70s. So that's about It's like 50 years. He's older. He's an older guy. So like that's like.
I know my mom was born like 1972.
Yeah.
My grandma, my grandma went to a segregated high school here in El Paso.
My grandma, she said we just knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it just is what it is. It just kind of gets to the point where it's like it is what it is. But I don't want to end it. I don't want to end the podcast on the sad.
This is a heavy topic.
Yeah, we're gonna need more time for this, but I need to talk. I wanted to talk about it because of the wild stuff that's going on. But let's talk about. Let's talk about.
I'll take a deep breath really quick.
No, I'm about to because I had it. I'm trying to laugh.
Because hey, I ain't gonna lie, a good thing. Like, bro, me and Nick have talked for hours about this shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'd love to talk with y'all. I try to talk with my family about it, and my mom's just like, just
shut up.
No, like we have so many stories that like of just shit that happened, or even situations that we've been in. That was just crazy. It's just like,
man, it gets annoying. It's annoying. But first, I gotta say that Aliya, since we just randomly talking, Aliya is coming to Louisiana and partying with us. It's gonna be funny. It's funny because like my mom will be like, "Who are these girls?"
I'm about to walk in the house. Hi, Miss Tiffany. Oh, hi, EJ. Then she's on down. Eliza's gonna walk in. Hi, who is she, Nick?
No, that's not how my mama do. Who are you?
Yeah, she does a. Who are you?
Who are you? Who this? Or she be like, Nick, who this? In front of your face.
Nick's dad gonna walk up to you. What is your origin?
Oh God. I'm trying to see
that at school. He's like, what is your origin?
My dad is retarded, bro. Like, no fit.
Bro, you can't say that word. You'll fuck around and get canceled, dog.
You can't say that word. My brother has.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, the politically correct. I'm not offended. My brother was a.
Yeah, you're
the politically correct term is.
You know what was crazy? My first podcast idea was me and my dad doing a podcast together.
We should bring him. I want to meet. Wait, I want to meet your dad on the podcast.
No, you don't. He's not gonna do it.
No, bro. Nick, you do a Father's Day podcast with my dad and your dad.
I don't have a dad, so
we can bring your mama's boyfriend on here.
God damn! Why you gotta make it sound so bad? Like
what? Bro, I met her mama's name, nigga. He said
no. She started saying, "I don't have a dad." I'm like, God damn! Why you? God damn, bro. Like.
Hey, bro. It's like I don't know. I feel like I just have a terrible time of just catching people or some people.
My dad wouldn't do it. My dad wouldn't do it.
And shit, and I just don't know what the fuck to say.
My mama do it. My dad wouldn't do it because he.
I want to meet y'all. I met EJ's mom the other day on FaceTime. She is.
My dad would do it. My dad would go.
I gotta convince him.
My uncle, well, not my uncle, my Nino. He was like a father figure to me growing up.
My dad would probably do it. I'm gonna try to get him, but he won't do it because he don't have.
Get your dad. Just tell him my dad's gonna do it because your dad and my dad are like mildly like best friends just out of one meeting. How much they clicked was like that weird.
My dad is like I'm gonna see because he's like I'm not doing it, because I don't got no filter.
These niggas talked about grills a lot. That like my dad and Nick's dad was looking at. They were talking. He's like, yeah, my grill got this. I got the grill master daddy.
Oh, they were talking about actual grills.
Nigga, they were talking about
these. That's an old nigga conversation.
Bro, they were having real life. Me and Nick are just chilling. They all here having a whole nigga conversation. You know how they had old nigga conversations where you switch your hips and they switch their hands on it and they switch the stance.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But when they walked up, EJ dad is freaking huge. Like he's a big dude. Like I didn't realize.
Like a giant.
No, I know. No, but EJ dad is bigger than EJ.
My dad is built like a fucking 8. Like
he's he's a big dude. And it's crazy. It's weird because when I met Chris' dad, I'm like, dang, Chris, you really did get the G's because his daddy is.
Only thing Chris got, Chris wears a size 14, but Chris is like 5'10".
Yeah, 5'10".
And Chris has big ass hands. Like Chris Chris's hands are bigger than mine.
Yeah, mine is too. And his dad is legit 6'3".
Bro,
I'm 5'1" on a good day.
But nah, Chris got that Smitty. Chris got that Smitty ball.
I do want to know this because I was asking.
Chris, honestly, I think God knew what he was doing with Chris. Because if Chris was like my height, I don't think it'd be fair.
For sure. I do want to know this though. So we was talking about Miami, and they just did the spring break in Miami and all the wild stuff that was going on, and then they had that murder there. That was just a terrible murder that
those
happened.
Two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that in the COVID and all that?
In a panoramic.
Yeah, like I just want to get y'all guys like.
It's outside.
Wait, what'd you say?
He said, "Mrs. Outside."
You know, I'm talking all this shit, saying like I'm gonna be outside this summer. I'm gonna be in the house.
Yo, I be talking trash. You know, you be saying stuff that you're gonna do.
I'm antisocial as hell.
You just don't.
I low-key want to be booed up, but
you got some candidates.
Mm-mm.
Do we want to be booed up
stay out
right
of town.
now? This is why they be want to get. That's why they be getting mad at you.
Stay out of town.
You
need good team chemistry on your roster, sweetheart. Come on now.
Team chemistry. I'm good with my position.
Has all been cut except for. How do we name him?
Down to
the one in college.
Okay.
No, not even two. At that, maybe one. Because the two is the one that I texted you that I was nervous about. I'm intending for him to be on the roster.
Okay.
You know what this means?
It's going. But yeah, everyone got cut off.
I mean, EJ, you talking to anybody right now?
And the one's about to get cut off too.
Huh?
I'm talking. Ooh, we about to cut off number one?
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Time out. You see you talking to who?
I'm talking to Jesus. Jesus.
Our Lord and Savior.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I've been talking. That's crazy. I'm single as fuck too. I've been talking to my left and right hand.
Hella hoes.
I've been shit. All right. I've been talking to my left and my right hand.
Don't talk about you and your friends like
that, like. No, I plead no contest to that.
Man, I was trying. Hey, look, I was trying, dog. I ain't gonna lie. My last situation, I was trying. It didn't work, like at all. You know what's crazy? You learn a lot about yourself. Yo, you learn a lot. You learn a lot about yourself when you don't get in a relationship, bro. Like when you get, like I'm talking about, when you going all out for the female and all that stuff, and they don't work, boy, you learn a lot. You learn a lot about yourself.
Once you look at the post game stats and the game report, you're like, the fuck is this? Hold up.
Like,
this ain't
okay, that's a good segue into my piece of advice.
Okay.
I do
our closing advice is
closing advice with your roster.
Okay.
When you're trying to cuff someone. So, for example, my number one, been in my phone since October. It is inevitable that he is gonna fuck up at least once over the course of 5 to 6 months. He's gonna fuck up at least once. I keep it in the back of my head. I actually have a note, like an Excel sheet. The date, what happened, how mad I was on a scale from 1 to 10. I have it. So now when it comes down to make a decision, say someone else is trying to cuff and this one's in the back of my head and I'm kind of weighing my options, seeing like, okay. So then you go back to their game report and see this, and this, and you weigh the pros and cons. So I keep in the back of my head, not to blow up on them later, but I literally keep a game report. So that way, when it's time to make a decision, you have everything. And I organize it because it's very type A and stuff. But so that's my advice for making your decision on who you keep.
I don't.
Nick, what's your follow?
My follow up. I think if you really want a relationship and you really want to be with somebody, you're gonna have to go on a limb and take chances, take a risk, and be okay with the consequences that follows, or be okay that it's possible that this might not work out. I think a lot of times we don't take risks because we don't think it's going to work out. We think trying to think so far ahead instead of saying what's the immediate thing that I want right now, and does it fit for right now? And we'll worry about how things go later. I think a lot of times we quick to not take a chance, and then when we do take a chance, we're not as quick to let go. And I think it should be opposite. I think we should be okay to take the chance and be quick to let go when we just kind of see, all right, this is just not working out. And what I mean is not just saying as soon as we hit a rut patch, we quit. But I'm saying is there are times where it's like you kind of just know the writing's on the wall. It's time to just let it go. And so take chances. Mean what you say. Females. Can't see females, my bad. Women, shoot at guys you like. Guys, be respectful. And I wish y'all the best because I'm gonna be out here single.
We're outside this summer.
What you got, EJ?
Don't say we. First and foremost, I am chilling. First and foremost, I'm not even outside. I'm chilling on the porch. I'm not in the street. I'm not in the crib.
I'm dragging him outside this summer. And when we go see Nick, we're dragging Nick outside. And we're fighting baby mamas this summer.
No, don't say we. Don't say we. I ain't know you speak French. That's crazy. My piece of advice, honestly, know what you want. Don't settle for it. Whether it be like in a relationship, situationship, or friends with benefits, or whatever you're doing, everyone knows like what you want and what you're like willing to give and you expect, and so hold yourself to that standard. Because if you're willing to give, no, I'm not. Because the thing is, it's just at the end of the day, you know what you're able to give, and if you're able to give, you should want it in return. And if you're not getting that return, it's okay to walk away. Like, I'm not saying ghost people if they don't give you what you want, but just let it be known, communicate it. Be like, look, I need more consistency from you. I'm willing to be consistent, communicate. If that's not what you're willing to bring, hey, it's all love, because at one point in my time in my life, I wasn't able to bring that. So if that's not if that's not what you're able to bring at this moment in time, cool. It's no love lost. I'm gonna move on, and if we link up in the future when you're ready, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just knowing not to settle and be knowing what you want, because knowing what you want is half the battle, and then actually not settling for it is the second half. And at the end of the day, it may be a little bit of a long time, but you're going to find the person who's able to give you what you want because you're able to give them a return. And never ask for something you can't get.
After you're done, let's end on a list of non-negotiables when you're talking to someone.
I feel like that's his own episode.
That's his own episode.
That's his own episode. We're going to be here for another hour talking about that.
We will.
Oh, God.
So
non-negotiables?
Non-negotiable.
On that note, look, we're gonna talk about that in another episode for sure. I think that's a good idea, actually. Like, and as always, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. Please subscribe. If you're in the comments, tell me what you think about the topics we talked about. How you feel. Yeah, tell us what y'all got. Yeah, what new topics you think we should cover, all that good stuff. Follow us on our socials, DM us topics. We're looking for we have a lot of things to talk about, but it's always good to hear from people who's listening to us and get a perspective. We are on Spotify. Go listen to us. We are getting better and better. Google Podcasts, and we're getting better and better with time. Of course, I'm always joined with the loveliest of people, the coolest of people, the sweetest of people, of Aliya, who's crying because the new Wide Wave album just came out, and EJ just had the biggest barbecue sandwich in America, and I just be napping and shit.
Nick be answering the phone when I'm crying about Wave.
And I just don't answer the phone at all.
Yeah, EJ's just like, I'm over this.
Yo, hey, bro. Man, look, man. guys, have a great day, and we'll see you guys again next week. You guys are hilarious.